Sam Dehne, the Encyclopedia of Reno Government, and I've given a fairly cursory look at the consent agenda, and the consent agenda has to do with relatively, supposedly mundane items, housekeeping items that they generally vote on in one vote for all the items, although it looks like they're pulling a few today. That's for the citizens out in TV land who do not know what the consent agenda is. And this time it goes all the way up to E19, not to mention a whole bunch of E1s. So probably 30 different items. And I have to commend the person who wrote this agenda, because you can just about understand everything that is on this consent agenda. It's down to the fine tuning, down to numbers like $2,500, pointing out exactly where everything is and what the addresses are. In other words, this consent agenda is telling the folks, the citizens, the average citizen out there, it's telling the average citizen what is on the agenda, what the folks are going to be talking about. Unlike the agenda from a couple of weeks ago relative to the quote-unquote baseball fiasco. I make the point on that once again. At any rate, I just wanted to segue in with that little theory. As a matter of fact, I don't know what would happen on that, because the Attorney General will just write back and say it doesn't even matter because they'll just vote on it again. They'll get the same vote. So in all actuality, it doesn't even matter that they did it wrong or not. I noticed that on this, you're going to provide $150,000, and I'm not speaking for or against it, $150,000 via a $2 room tax surcharge relative to some more construction on the bowling stadium. I don't know what that's all about, but and this is phase 2. How big was phase 1? I also want to make a quick comment about the fact there's going to be $46,000 provided relative to the Bowling Hall of Fame. Now, they've been talking about this Bowling Hall of Fame all of these years, and bowling is relatively popular in Reno. I don't know how popular it is throughout the rest of Nevada. Certainly it is not as unpopular as it is in Reno. But I'll tell you what is popular in Nevada, and just as popular as in bowling, and that is boxing. And if we're going to give time to a bowling stadium and money to a bowling stadium, I recommend a Hall of Fame. I recommend that we have a Boxing Hall of Fame. And as I said a few minutes ago, that Boxing Hall of Fame should have as its first 2 or 3 members Mills Lane, Dr. Ed Dehne, and maybe even Mohammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. Dr. Dehne was the ring physician for something on the order of 50 world championship fights, not to mention thousands of amateur fights.
Much.